So the reason why we're doing this is kind of because I'm never honestly probably going to touch on this as a lore topic. So we're not so much doing the lore of what's in the game, because it's kind of just a Fallout game with like generic lore that is kind of everybody knows. Is kind of the lore of the game itself, because there's a few things in here. It's this little bit of
kitchen sink of Fallout for an iPhone game.
Yeah, there's some things here that are interesting, like the development of it. Like John Carmack shows up, and Fallout Shelter is a free-to-play installment of the Fallout series for iOS, Android, Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Microsoft Windows, and Tesla Arcade.
Okay.
Did you watch the SNL with Elon?
It was cringe.
Did you watch it though? Or are you just regurgitating what everyone else said? You actually watched it.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched I watched the clip on Twitter.
It's on Tesla, and this was announced at Bethesda's E3 2015 press conference on June 14th, 2015. I know where I was during that press conference. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
No?
You would like me to elaborate?
Yeah.
We were together. It was was that when we were at school or in the Taco Bell parking lot? They all the years blend together.
No, we were at your house watching it.
Okay. A lot of them blended together. I know one of them we were at, like, when the Fallout 4 trailer dropped, we were at school. We were at
school. But this is the press conference. Dude, I remember watching that press conference. It was 30 minutes. It was the back end of their press conference. I would like wake up and turn that on and like watch it when I went to bed. I was so excited
to catch a glimpse. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so the game was released on the iOS app the same day after the conference ended. The game allowed players to create their own vault and thereby become an overseer of its inhabitants. It's the 7th overall game to take place in the Fallout universe, and it is not considered canon by Fallout.fandom.com, where I get all of my lore, but Bethesda has not made any statements as to if it is canon or not. It shouldn't be, because you can make vaults that go higher than 123.
But I think that's a little bit of a nitpick.
I don't. That's why I made my vault 124. Because I could do whatever experiment I wanted. I had everyone in my vault named Gary.
Really? Just everyone?
Everybody came in. Who are you? Gary 15, Gary 99, Gary 664. It was announced at QuakeCon 2015 that the Android version would be released on August 13th of 2015. It featured new game updates, and it included the Mr. Handy robot as an all-new premium reward. Mr. Handy can collect resources, be sent into the wasteland to collect loot, and even serve as a defender of the vault against creatures and disasters, including the new Deathclaw and Mole Rat infestation. The game was available for the PC on July 14th of 2016, and it first required the Bethesda.net launcher. The game was also made available for the Xbox One in February of 2017 with cross-platform capability between Windows 10 and the One. The biggest new feature for the game was the introduction of achievements, which can be obtained through completing the requirements for the achievement. Way to use the word in the definition. The game was awarded the 2016 DICE Mobile Game of the Year and was nominated for the 2016 DICE Strategy Simulation Game of the Year. The game was nominated for the 2015 Best of E3 Handheld Mobile Game, as well as nominated for the 2016 NAV GTR Award for Best Game Simulation. The game was released on Steam in March of 2017 with the same achievements as the ones that could be found on the Xbox. Fallout Shelter has surpassed 100 million users across phones, tablets, PC, and Xbox One on September 14th of 2017. That does not even take into consideration the Switch or the PS4. That is wild. Todd Howard announced at E3 June 2010 of 2018 that the game had been released had just been released for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch, making it available to all of the major consoles. As of June 2019, the game has grossed over $100 million in revenue. $100 million in revenue. It's a lot of fucking money. On June 11th, 2018, Fallout Shelter was released on the PS4 and the Switch, and on May 20th of 2020, Fallout Shelter was released on Tesla's in-car entertainment system. Now,
and that's wild to me. That's wild.
That you could play it in a Tesla?
That you can play it on a car. Don't you have to just drive that thing? What are you going to do? What?
Well, I mean, yeah, but like you can park it. And I don't know how the auto drive feature works.
So that you can play Fallout on the side of the road?
This is wild that this like even exists and that you could play video games in a Tesla like built in. Like when is it going to get to the point where you can just play San Andreas on your Tesla? I also want to point out that like when this game came out, they said you don't have to pay to win for this one, and you don't really. There's like loot boxes in it, but you get loot boxes through doing things in it. It's kind of the way Overwatch is set up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's only cosmetics. I mean, you do get people that like are in the vault. Like I know you can get Moira Brown, you can get Three Dog, you can get Preston Garvey was given out free, or Piper was given out free for a while, which is cool that there's like people from the series that show up. Yeah, that is
kind of cool.
But like as far as I know, you don't have to pay a dime. I think I might have bought something once in it just to do it. So early development, this is what I thought was crazy when I read this. According to the lead developer Todd Howard, several early designs have been pitched and rejected. On November 5th of 2009, John Carmack of id Software said that while it was nothing official yet, he had an internal proof of concept made for a Fallout iPhone game. Both Carmack and Todd Howard are fans of the platform, and any iPhone-based game on Bethesda's IP will likely be made as a joint project between id and Bethesda. Carmack said that he would likely be personally involved in making the game, although currently he is too overloaded with work on other games. At the very least, I'm going to provide code, he had said. During the development of the game, it was codenamed Underground, a little on the nose, if you ask me. Bethesda directed the design, mechanics, and look and feel of the game, whilst Behavior Initiative, a studio based in Montreal, was responsible for the implementation. Nope, that's the wrong word.
Implementation.
The game
they did the bulk of the work.
Good. The game was a surprise release, which we already said before, June 14th. I remember being incredibly upset that I couldn't play it because I had an Android. I think one of the guys that was with us downloaded it like on the spot. And I think you downloaded it on like a tablet.
Oh, yeah. I think it was on like someone's iPad.
In 2018, Bethesda Softworks sued Behavior Interactive and Warner Brothers for copyright infringement and breach of contract, claiming that Warner Brothers had released a similar Westworld...
I remember this.
Yeah, it looked exactly like it. A Westworld-themed game based on the pre-release Fallout Shelter code. This copyright infringement included the release of Westworld product expressing bugs that were removed prior to Shelter's release to cite similarities in mechanics, animation, and user design. It's a 1-for-1. It was a 1-for-1.
And bugs that were in Fallout Shelter were also in that one, so it was reused code with different skin.
Yeah, I mean Bethesda likes to sue people. They tried suing Notch over the name Scrolls. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
But like, still, that was a blatant ripoff. So here's where I get upset. In 2019, Bethesda announced plans for a Fallout Shelter Online, which went on a beta testing period limited only to China. The game released further outside China to other Asian and oceanic nations in 2020. The game is fairly similar to the original Fallout Shelter with several different design aspects and is an entirely new online way of playing Fallout Shelter. I want it in America. I will play it for 2 weeks and then forget it exists, but I want it.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout Shelter is a simulation game in which the player runs a Vault-Tec Corporation vault as an overseer. As the overseer, one controls the vault's functions, including power, food, and water, and a number of vault dwellers. To advance through the simulation, one needs to increase the size of the vault by adding and upgrading new rooms, each with their own function, and then adding dwellers to run each room. Each room, this is just real quick, there's 23 buildable rooms within Fallout Shelter, and each one is unlocked by increasing the number of dwellers. All rooms can have a limited number of dwellers assigned to it, and each production room requires at least one dweller. Each room requires a specific special skill to run it at maximum efficiency. With production rooms such as Power Generator, it will produce and hold more power when upgraded, but it'll take longer to produce unless more efficient dwellers are assigned there. I actually had a build going for a while where I had 7 different people going in, and I had them good in every stat.
Really?
Like, I had the training rooms, and I wanted it that they would be. I would just switch them out when they graduated or whatever. And the goal was to have them be good in every single stat, so then I can have them breed.
To just be perfect at everything.
Kind of, because if you sent them to breed, then the kids would inherit all the good stats, or at least some of the good stats. Like, if everything's
and just train the ones that aren't good.
Yeah. So if everything's at like an 8, and I say, all right, go make a kid. And they make a kid, and the kid comes out at like 6'4", 6'7", 6'5". I'm like, all right, cool. You can go work wherever.
Yeah, like that's good enough.
Yeah. Vault Dwellers are an essential part of the game and are required for operating production rooms. To increase the Vault Dweller population, one can wait for them to show up at random, mate 2 dwellers, or get them from lunchboxes, or produce a radio station. Radio stations will call in other people more frequently, and you can get some of the special ones, I believe, from that. Each dweller will spawn with only a jumpsuit and their fists as weapons. Basic dwellers start at level 1 and can be upgraded all the way to level 50, They can work and prevent hazards and scavenging out in the wastes. Whenever a dweller levels up, a number of caps are gained equal to that new level. A dweller will have its own individual special attributes and are most commonly set in between 1 and 3. Special attributes can be boosted with certain classrooms and armories. Vault Dwellers can also be acquired with additional skills, attributes, and outfits and weapons if acquired through lunchboxes exploring the wasteland. Many Dwellers' weapons and outfits and pets are featured from the Fallout games, most noticeably Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. I do not remember if there's anybody from New Vegas, if there's anybody from 1 or 2.
I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember. You're right. Although I think there's Arcade Gannon. That I feel like there has
I think that happens, yeah.
There is some New Vegas characters, but it focuses on East Coast.
This one I'm not going to read too much into, but incest is not allowed as putting 2 dwellers with the same surname in the living room. In the living room, or any of its upgrades will trigger a conversation between the 2 characters, citing nothing like hanging out at home with the family. So, you could change their last names, but they will not get it on because of the incest code running in the background. There's a dude who has on his resume. Code. There's a dude who has on his resume, I designed incest code. Hot.
Incest
Wasteland.
Code, baby.
You can send up 25 dwellers into the waste to explore, to obtain extra armor, weapons, and caps. Dwellers will come across locations from Fallout 4, seen in the Explorer's update logs. One can direct a dweller through a building to fight, explore, and collect items to bring back to the vault, which is actually kind of fun.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. After returning, one can collect all the things and discovered by the dweller. In the wasteland, one can equip the dweller with stimpaks and Radaway, and one stock at the start of the exploration. Also, a dweller will eventually return to the vault if he's collected 100 items. Lunchboxes are rewarded upon completion of certain game objectives. You can also buy them. They're loot boxes. I'm not
Yeah, they're just loot boxes.
I do want to click on Legendary Dwellers and maybe go through that a little bit later. Junk and recipes can be collected, so you can craft in this one. I want to say real quick, I don't like how you can find monuments from Boston because then it implies that I'm only in Boston. It's cool, but it would also be cool if I could see like Shady Sands. I know they're not going to do that, but like, you know.
Because Bethesda hates the West Coast.
Yep. Junk and recipes can be collected from the wasteland or from lunchboxes, which can be used for crafting weapons via the weapons workshop. By paying caps and junk, one can assemble items in the workshop. I feel like that's pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally in Fallout Shelter, a version of the mysterious stranger jingle will play to signify that the mysterious stranger has appeared somewhere in the vault. Clicking on him within a short amount of time while he is visible results in a random amount of caps being given to the player. The highest is 5,286. I wonder where that number comes from.
It's probably some kind of coding number.
Probably. Like, you know, you can't technically beat the Donkey Kong arcade machine because the code doesn't allow for the final screen to happen.
Mm.
Yeah. There's a little fun fact of the day that probably everybody knows because everybody saw King of Kong. I don't know about you, but I like calling Dankle Kangas. I like
Dankle Kangas.
I think it's so funny. If the sound is on, the tone will increase in volume as the screen centers on the stranger. If during the jingle the player scans across the vault, it is possible to home in on his location via sonar. I guess that's a feature. If the player zooms all the way out, requires HD zoom out to be turned off. All dwellers, pets, and mysterious strangers will be in front of the walls and or objects, making it easier to find them. This quote comes from Joystick. Bethesda has designed iPhone versions of Fallout 3. I think the world of Fallout is unique enough that it could work on any platform. I think some of the things we do like VATS, I think could translate to any other platform perfectly, particularly the iPhone. We've looked into those things. We just haven't found the thing that supports the brand well. I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen one day. The iPhone version that we've designed and say, we don't think it's going to be that fun right now. There's a lot of them. So I'm guessing this is Todd or somebody because it just says Joystick.
I don't know.
Let me jump to this bad bitch real quick. Ha ha. Oh, this is taking me right to Joystick, dude, on the Wayback Machine. This was written by Justin McElroy.
Really?
Yeah, dude, my favorite McElroy brother wrote this.
Wait, Justin McElroy wrote this?
Yeah.
It did!
What the fuck? That's crazy.
In 2009.
Huh, I didn't know he worked for Joystick. I thought he started,
He did a lot of freelance writing before Polygon.
Really? What year did Polygon start?
It's been around for a while, but he came on at some point in the aughts, I think.
Wow, dude. Juice wrote this. That's about it.
Yeah, I can't believe Juice wrote this. Damn.
There's a bunch of stuff here. It was fun when it showed up.
And it was fun while it lasted.
I haven't played it in a very long time. Sometimes I accidentally open it and I go shit because I know it takes forever to close.
Because you just don't want to be a part of that right now.
No, not even that. I thought it was fun. I know a lot of people are like, oh well, fucking this game, and I get it. It's a mobile game. It exists. Yeah. I don't hate it. It's you know what I mean. It is what it is. It's okay. It's not deep. I'm not going to find out secrets.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But let's see some of these unique characters.
Yeah, I think mobile games, for the most part, are just, fine.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's okay for games to just be fine.
Yeah, dude. I'm with you. Do you want to hear some of the legendary people that's in it?
Yeah, I would love to hear that.
It's all 3. It's all 3 and 4. I don't see a single New Vegas. And it's a short list. You ready?
Yeah.
Abraham Washington, Alistar Tenpenny, Amada, Bittercup, Butch, Colonel Autumn, Confessor Cromwell, my guy.
I had
Dr.
a lot of these,
Lee.
I remember.
Yeah, Elder Lyons, Eulogy Jones, Harkness, James, the dad, Jericho, Lucas Sims, Hats McGee, Moira Brown, my girl, Mr. Burke, Old Longfellow, Piper, Preston, Sarah Lyons, Scribe Rothschild, Star Paladin Cross, and Three Dog Bow Wow.
That's not that many.
No, there's some quest characters.
I know that I had most of them.
Really?
Yeah. I played for a pretty long time.
Put more of them in.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Put people from New Vegas in. Put Tandy in. Oh, it doesn't make sense with the timeline. Like, they give a fuck about the timeline.
Like, they give a hot shit. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking at some of these quest people. There's also some other people that are legendary that are they're rare dwellers. Like a dude named Hollywood Yalaf. Hollywood Yalaf. Haywood Yalaf. That's awful.
Hey, would you laugh?
That's fucking awful. But he gives you the comedian outfit. Oscar Blood gives you the horror fan outfit. These are just not well.
Max
Did Emil write these?
Throttle.
Yeah, that's about it. I can't believe Arcade Gannon isn't here. I could have swore he was.
Me too. I could have swore he was too. I might have been thinking of James, just like the sciencey outfit.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's lore.
I think that's all. Yeah.